where champions are made and dreams come true. You are watching the SFL Network live on YouTube from Canada Field in Vancouver, Canada. It's week 6 here in the SFL as the playoff run begins to heat up and catch fire. It's the SFL on YouTube. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Simien. Alongside me today is Ramos, Lynn. We are in Vancouver as the 1-4 Vancouver Legion take on the 2-3 Nightwings from Denver. These two teams are separated by 1,452 miles and 22 hours and 17 minutes alongside Interstate 84 if you're driving. Vancouver is looking to go 2-4 to jump back into playoff race as the Denver Nightwings are trying to increase their win percentage and move to 500 with a win today. When you can catch it, run it, and throw it, you are official SFL champion contenders. These Dirty Birds from Denver are looking to make some noise in Vancouver. This is a must-win game for both teams. Ramos, what are your take for today's game, and what are you expecting today, sir?
Well, we will see if the student is the master today. Jeremy Vega, the now owner and coach of this Denver Nightwing staff, was the coach of the Vancouver Legion and also a player last year for Vancouver. So now we'll see if back in Vancouver, obviously Jeremy Vega is familiar with this place. Let's see if he can get a W today.
Absolutely. The ball is on the tee, and Eric Walsh, the kicker for Vancouver, is ready to kick it away, and let's boot it. Here we go, people, here in Vancouver, Canada, as the Denver Nightwings receive the ball from the 10-yard line, and he's out towards the 29-yard line, and this is where Denver is going to start the game.
B.J. Armstrong on that one, on that return. Let's take a look at B.J. Armstrong this game. He's a very good returner, also a very good number one corner for this Denver Nightwings defense, who will cover all day the number one wide receiver for the Vancouver Legion.
Absolutely. And Denver is now in a oop-de-oop formation. 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end here on the play. And there's a handoff here to the halfback, and there's nothing doing as he's stopped and brought down by a host of Legion at the line of scrimmage.
They tried to spread him out on the first play with 4 wide receivers, and it was a trap play to the left, but Vancouver was ready for it. This front 4 or front 7 rather for Vancouver is very stout, and they are very good stopping the run.
Absolutely. The Legion comes out in a 4-2 nickel defense. Denver is in a 3 wide receiver set, single back formation that is. And Josh Miller takes a 3-step drop, and throws out to the halfback, but nothing doing as he runs out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage, Ramos.
And probably for the better for Denver, because he was probably about 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so it was probably better that he he caught the ball out of bounds, and that is just a 3rd and 10 instead of a possible 3rd and 13.
Absolutely. That was Jared McChesney on the reception there, the rookie. Was picked up in this year's draft. There's a 7-step drop here by Miller. Miller is going and looking all this time here by the offensive line, and only picks up 6 yards on that reception there by the receiver.
Shout out to that offensive line on that one play, because the quarterback had all day to throw, but even a bigger shout out to the Vancouver Legion defensive backfield. Nobody was open, so Josh Miller had to check it down to the only person who was open, just 4 yards shy of the first down, and just like that, Vancouver has a 3-and-out. Very important for the home team.
Absolutely, I have to agree with you. And there's the punt as Emma Lee Strait gets the punt away. And there's the return here, and the return guy gets it, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line. And this is where Vancouver will start their first possession here on offense.
Yeah, this Vancouver team with a new quarterback for this season, Tom Pepper, obviously went to the Indy Red Devils, so now Vancouver with a new quarterback. They have struggled a little bit this season, Vancouver has as a whole, so trying to get a win at home.
Absolutely, and Mark Beddick, the quarterback for Vancouver, spent some time in Carolina before coming over, and if I'm not mistaken, Andy Hamilton did coach the guy. And there's a handoff here to the halfback, and he gets up 8 yards on that play. And that's Cody Hill. Oh, no, it's the fullback. My apologies.
Yeah, that's
the fullback, Jonathan Sanchez, who was the running back.
That is Jonathan Sanchez.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct. And that's what I've said, in the podcast a few weeks back. I would like to see Vancouver give the ball a little bit more to Jonathan Sanchez. He was a very good running back last season, and you have to get him involved.
Absolutely. Split pro back formation here is the Legion, and there's a handoff here to Cody Hill this time, and he's stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, 3-yard loss. That is, now they're looking at 3rd and 5.
have broadcasted a couple of Denver games, and they're very stout as well, stopping the run. They have Pepper Raymond Jr. as the inside linebacker, number 42, and their secondary is very good stopping the run as well.
Now Vancouver comes out in a single back 4 wide receiver set here. And Beddix is brought down in the backfield. Tackle for a 2-yard loss. And on that sack there, you give credit to big number 99, Heath Bars.
Heath Bars at 6'4", 330 pounds. Imagine a guy at 330 pounds just running over you and just blasting you to the ground. I mean, that's a big dude, at number 99. And, Denver responds from a 3-and-out on their own.
Absolutely. Putting all that weight on you and dropping you on your shoulder like that. Ugh.
I don't want that.
Could have been a fractured collarbone. And there's the punt here by Vancouver. And there's the return guy. He's nothing doing. He's brought down quickly. As soon as he caught the ball. A.J. Sean, that is.
Yeah. We are some of the...
I'm sorry, B.J. Armstrong, that is. Sorry about that.
The return guy, very good last season with San Antonio, as I was saying, and he is the number 1 corner. We will see. Here's a guy who obviously is very fast, very quick, but can drop the ball sometimes as well.
3-3 nickel formation here for the defense, and there's a handoff here to the halfback, and he picks up 4 yards on that carry there, and that is McChesney once again.
Jerry McChesney, the first-round pick of the Denver Nightwings in this draft. The rookie showing some promise. Has not been able to get in the paint a lot, but showing a lot of promise. And he's a guy who you put in as a workhorse.
2-step drop here by Miller, going across the middle of the field, and no, he drops it. Could have picked up the first down, but unable to keep the ball in his hands.
Tough break. This is when you get a game like this, Demond. This is a play that you have to make. The first downs will not come easy in this game. We've seen 2 defenses get 3-and-outs early, so we will see a defensive struggle. Watch out here for the big post route.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6 here for Denver as they're in the 3 wide receiver set. And there's a handoff here to the halfback once again, and McChesney is unable to get anything going against this defense as Champion comes away with the tackle.
Yes, indeed, and I'm surprised of the conservative approach here for Denver. The safety came in to the box, obviously suspecting that wrong with McChesney. So I thought that Josh Miller was gonna, audible out of it and throw the ball deep because maybe he had something there. But they just ran the ball and they will put the defense back in.
I totally agree. There's a mob punt, not a mob punt, but and he gets the punt off. You got to be kidding me! That's the first time I've seen that. The punt went over the punter's head, and he ran back into the end zone, picked it up, and kicked it off. And it looks like Vancouver's going to get the ball at the 31-yard line. Basically, excellent field position. You couldn't have asked for a better gift, Ramos.
You really cannot, but a big shout out to that punter. Let me go ahead and get his name here real quick. Sorry about that. Emma Lee Strait, the punter, because this could have been a safety or a touchdown in Vancouver's way. This could be huge if Denver can get a stop and force a field goal.
Absolutely. And here's Beddix with a 5-step drop. Got his receiver out to the bottom of the field there, and that is Brett Killian coming away with his first reception for the day. 3-year veteran, that is.
Yeah, Brett Killian has been here with Denver for a couple of years now. They're coming in his 3rd year, and especially in his first year, he was very good as the number 1 guy here, but actually number 2 guy behind Kate Stevens, and now because of the experience, now he was promoted to the number 1 guy here in region.
Absolutely, Mark Beddix in the shotgun along with 2 halfbacks. Looks like Sanchez and Cody Hill in the backfield with them. 3 wide receiver set. Here is the offense, and Beddix steps up, and he got the receiver. Looks like Killian once again running across the middle, pick up a few yards there.
Yeah, and this is something, again, it's not going to be easy for these 2 teams to get first downs, to get, big passes down the field. You have a Denver secondary that is very stout with A.J. Sean and the Sirius Pelicans, so it's not going to be easy to throw the ball deep.
4 wide receivers now for Vancouver. One-step drop by the quarterback, and he got Killian once again. Looks like Killian has become his favorite target so far. Looks like number 80 is shaking up on the play as he's grabbing his hamstring or maybe his hip there, but he looks a little shaken up.
Yeah, just a little bit, and this is a nice drive here, for Vancouver. I don't know that they got the ball at the 31-yard line, but still, you have to give him props to get the first down of the game.
Absolutely. Key players here for the Vancouver offense. You have Brett Killian, Mark Beddix, the quarterback, Cody Hill, the halfback, and Jonathan Sanchez is the halfback. Coming away from that, and there's Killian with the first down as Beddix comes away with an excellent throw across the middle.
They're doing a good job, Damon, on just not putting Killian on the left. They're going and crossing him to inside routes, deep and short, so they can get away from that corner, B.J. Armstrong, and try to attack that backfield and linebacker and corp. So really good game plan here in this drive by Vancouver.
Totally agree with you. Number 80, the other receiver for Vancouver is Trevor Farrell. And there's a handoff here to Sanchez, and Sanchez picks up only 1 yard.
But I like it, and I think that if you're Vancouver, you have one more time to give the ball to Sanchez, or at least give the ball to Cody Hill and have Sanchez as your lead blocker. In this situation is, second and goal, you're at the 2, so you cannot make a Pete Carroll here and throw the ball, get intercepted. You have to score in this drive. This is a big opportunity that you cannot miss.
I absolutely agree with you, especially with Sanchez, 6'3", 230. And there's Sanchez in for 6.
Yeah, and this is something that I was saying in the podcast. Again, it's you have to give the ball big guy. You already spent the big bucks on your fullback. You have to utilize him. And right there, Jonathan Sanchez gets in the paint. Right there, gets the ball. Beautiful play call. And number 49 makes it happen. Carrying 2 players to the end zone.
Absolutely, Ramos. And let's take a look here, and we get ready for this kick for the extra point here. As Eric Wash get ready to kick it through the uprights. And there's a snap, and that extra point is up, and then you can count it good. 7-0, Vancouver up over the Denver Nightwings here in the first quarter with 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter here. Ramos, what do you think about that drive?
I really love that drive. And that's something that you said. You could not get better field position, and that's something that of course Vancouver just cannot waste. You're not gonna get another time where you get that good field position, I think, for the rest of the ball game. So you needed to come away with 7.
Absolutely. And there's the return here by BJ, and BJ gets out to the 31-yard line this time. Wow. You might think, well, after seeing the last game that we just witnessed, Baltimore and London, wonder if we would ever see a good shootout like that one. Oh my, if you missed it, you have to go back and watch it on demand.
That game was crazy.
And here's a handoff here to McChasen, and McChasen picks up 6 yards on that pickup there, that handoff, shall I say.
Yeah, and that's a good play to start the drive. For a 6 yard, trying to get a first down for the first time in this game. So, probably if McChesney went to the outside, he had probably a little bit more room to get the first down. But still, it's a 6 yard gain and a good way to start the drive if you're Denver.
Absolutely. Denver comes out in a single back formation, 3 wide receivers. Look like the defense is playing man press coverage. And they bring a linebacker in, and he doesn't get in time. And there's a reception up to the north side of the sideline. And it looks like Ken McCarroll, is it? Yep, that is McCarroll.
Yep,
on that reception.
That is correct. That is correct. We will not get the replay, but that's a beautiful play call. As you said, it's a man press coverage. So they used the crossing route, and the outside receiver came and went as a pick. And, he was wide open, this slot receiver was.
Handoff here to the halfback once again, and he gets open field, and they're going to catch him. And no, I thought he almost broke that tackle. And that tackle was made by Terry Lawson, the cornerback. Looks like the rookie came from the other side of the field to make that tackle, Ramos.
Yeah, and, this is beautiful play call again by Denver, and a beautiful job by number 61 there. Picking up 2 blocks, just sending everybody to oblivion right there. Antonio Jamima at 6'5", 320 pounds, blocking 2 guys, leading the way for his running back. And Jerry McChesney has his biggest run of the game.
Absolutely. That was a nice run there by McChesney. And also a better touchdown stop by Lawson running from the other side of the field to come away with that tackle. Offset eye now for the Nightwings, and they bring everybody. Looks like the entire team, even the sideline, came out to tackle the halfback.
They were ready for it. They were expecting another run, looking at the success that Jared McChesney had in the previous play. So McLean, as well as Frank Champion, now in his third year here with Vancouver at 6'4", 245 pounds, making the stop.
Absolutely. Shout out to Show Business Studios, the official home of the SFL convention. Man, we had an awesome time up there last month. And here's Miller with a 7-step drop, and he got some into the bottom of the field, and that is caught by Giacomo Jones, the second-year receiver. Nice catch there, picking up 4 yards on that reception.
Yeah, Giacomo Jones was last season the security blanket for Michael Martin in London. The guy who comes in from London. First year with Denver, and he is a guy who goes into clutch plays and makes the big time catches.
Absolutely. 3 wide receiver set. Looks like a tight end flex here for Denver. 2-step drop for the quarterback, and he got Jones once again. Jones make a man miss, and almost made another miss, but he's brought down at the 2-yard line of Vancouver, and he also picks up the first down.
Giacomo Jones showing that strength, getting rid of the bump and run coverage, it seems. And he makes the catch and able to break a tackle to get inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're Denver, you have first down, and I think you have to do a similar play, Damon, of what you did on that outside run. Probably put your fullback on the left and just run to the left.
Absolutely. And 2 wide receivers, offset eye of the halfbacks, and here's McChesney going up the middle, and nothing's doing as he's stopped by a gang load of Legion. And looks like Big 94 there, the defensive tackle. Franco Sonati comes away with that tackle there.
Yeah, Franco Sonati was picked up after the draft. This is an undrafted free agent that came into Vancouver, big number 94, and made the big time stop.
Oh, and there's an offside there by Vancouver, but it doesn't matter. Oh, yes, it does matter. They're going to have to accept that now. I thought the halfback was going to get in before he's brought down. I was speaking ahead of myself. And there's the offside call, neutral zone infraction there. And that was against Dre Collins, the defensive end for Vancouver. And Ramos, we have perfect weather here today. Sunny, 81 degrees, winds moving 6 miles per hour west. Normally here in Vancouver, is pretty cold in the negatives.
Yeah. We will see that that if we come back by December or so.
And there's an out route, and he has his receiver, and that is a touchdown for the Nightwings. And that is Logan Keel coming away with that touchdown reception there for Miller.
Logan Keel with a beautiful double move to get in the paint right there. Josh Miller, a lot of patience, waits for his wide receiver to make his route. And Logan Keel goes to the inside, then goes to the outside, and the corner was not there on time to make a stop. And a big touchdown and a huge, huge response here for Denver. When you're especially on the road, you cannot, drop by 2 scores, 3 scores. If the opposing team scores first, if the home team scores first, you have to respond quickly, and they did.
Absolutely. That was a great response there by Denver, as you just stated, to come away with the touchdown on that drive there, not even after settling for 3, but to tie the ball game back up with that extra point being good there. Now we're all tied at 7 here in Vancouver. And going back to the weather, as you stated earlier, we'll see if we come back in December or January, the next start of the next season. Here in Vancouver, where it's always cold, on a cold night, Ramos, so cold, folks, that a guy could rob you with a bucket of water.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine being cold water being thrown on you in negative degree weather?
No. Let's see if we come back on January. I hope not being robbed. I will stay in my hotel. But
that's a little joke there.
Yeah, but we're beautiful Vancouver, Canada. I mean, we love to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the crime in Canada is at a very low rate compared to the U.S. And here's a 4 wide receiver set here for Vancouver. Looks like Sanchez is in the backfield. No, there's Cody Hill with the quarterback, and he's going deep. Oh, that pass is deflected. Wow. Oh, just imagine if Farrell would have caught that. No one was in front of him, and I don't think the safety would have been able to catch him.
Wow, that's a huge play right there. I was not expecting that deflection. And it was so huge, he probably prevented the touchdown. You know, the wide receiver was coming down in a post route. If he catches that ball, probably he's gone.
Absolutely. Trips right to the top of the field here for Barrett. And there's a handoff here to Hill, and Hill is taken down after picking up 4 yards on that ball carry. I believe that's Cody Hill's first chance at running the ball or even carrying the ball today.
Yeah, I mean, now on the 3rd and 6, you have to throw the ball. Let's see if Brett Kill can come away with a big time catch here.
Quarterback has all time of the day, and that pass is deflected away by the defense of Vancouver. Pass intended for, was that the tight end? Yeah, the tight end, Becky Bukowski of Vancouver.
Yeah, and I think that was AJ Sean again, if I saw correctly. AJ Sean in his 2nd year here in the SFL at 6'3", 200 pounds, a big, tall, free safety, very rangy, and your prototypical, center fielder.
Absolutely, and Jess Kingston's have to punt the ball away to Denver. One of this Vancouver defense can come up and stop Denver's offense from the momentum that they've picked up on the last drive. And there's a spin move by Armstrong, and another spin move. Makes a few guys miss, but he's stopped and brought down at the 32-yard line.
And it was what I was saying, about B.J. Armstrong, a very explosive guy to have in the kick return. Now with 7 seconds left, let's see what Denver does here. Let's see if they run it and play it for the 2nd quarter, or if they try to surprise and go deep.
Absolutely. Twins left to the top of the field here for Miller. And looks like the halfback is out dotting the offset eye, and he gets the ball and nothing doing as he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Let's look at McChesney's stats here for the first quarter, and that's the end of the first quarter, people. Andy Hamilton screaming in the chats, come on defense, take it back, we can do it.
Yeah, and there's no reason to see, to say why not. I mean, it's like, other than that one drive that put Denver in the end zone, that defense of Vancouver has been pretty good this game so far.
As we switch sides of the field, trips to the bottom here. 5-step drop by the quarterback Miller, throws out to the halfback, and he catches the ball, but Ramos, he didn't have enough room when he made that reception and runs right out of bounds.
Yeah, his momentum just carried him outside, unfortunately for McChesney. Still, it was a 1-yard gain, so better than an incompletion. That puts a 3rd and 9. Now, this is where Logan Keel and this receiving corps of the Denver Nightwings needs to show up. And, on the same side, Vancouver's secondary is very stout.
Absolutely. Another trips right here for Denver. There's a 7-step drop here by Miller. He looks, winds up, going to the top of the field. He got some reception, and it looks like that pass is caught by number 82, and that is Logan Keel coming away with that great reception. Toe drag swag as he keeps both feet in.
That's a deep out concept right there. A great protection, and for this play to work, you need great. This is a slow developing play. It can be very rewarding. However, it's a very slow play where you have to wait a good 3 or 4 seconds for your wide receiver to make that route. So great protection right there by the offensive line, and a big throw by Josh Miller.
Absolutely. It looks like 50 XZ deep outs on that play there that was called by Denver on that last possession by Miller. And there's a handoff here to the halfback, and he meets Champion, and Champion brings him down after he picks up 2 yards.
That's a huge play by Champion because Jeremy McChesney had room on the outside. It was Josh Miller catching them off guard. The defense was kind of shifting to the left, so he took advantage of it, but Frank Champion able to make the stop.
Absolutely. 2 wide receivers in, 2 tight ends in on the play as well. There's another handoff here to McChesney. He picks up another 6 yards on that play. 3rd and 2 for Vancouver for Denver at Vancouver's 42-yard line.
Yeah, and I was gonna say indeed, Mad Champion. If Miller is catching even live on a replay, I was gonna say Mad Champion. I apologize, Josh Miller. You know, and here, you know, 3rd and 2. Let's see if the again to.
There's another handoff here to the halfback, and he meets Champion again, and Champion got his number as he takes him down for a yard loss.
Yeah, this is watching at the tape. You know, Frank Champion knows that play is coming. You know, it's a play that Denver loves to run. They put in the fullback and the running back on the backfield, and they love to run to the left behind the fullback. So Frank Champion was 100% ready for it.
Absolutely, and there's the punt. And that ball bounces at the 9-yard line, takes another bounce at the 2, and it's down and stopped at the goal line. Denver special teams were unable to get down there in time to get the ball in horrible field position for Vancouver, which Vancouver will start the ball at their very own 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Vancouver. Sorry, for Denver, because you know they had the chance to pin the deep probably at the 1-yard line. And looking at how this defense is very stout, probably getting a safety. But now the ball comes at the 20.
Absolutely. Mark Bedick comes out with a 4 wide receiver set, and he has Cody Hill in the backfield with him in the shotgun. And there's a 2-step drop here by Bedick. He goes to the top. He got the receiver as well, and that looks like Jones. I'm sorry, Killian. Sorry about that. And he comes away with that first down reception.
Yeah, Brett Killian was inbounds. You know, I don't think it's any question, even though we know this league, we know the SFL, and we know this ref sometimes have problems, but I think that's a catch and a big-time throw for Mark Bedick, showing their arm strength. This past few seasons, he was with Carolina and showed some promise. Now coming into Vancouver and with a perfect strike.
Absolutely. Great play there by Killian for toe tapping alongside the sideline there. Trips left here for Bedick, and there's a handoff here to Hill, and Hill is stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm. That's Bars again, you know, already with a sack, and now with a big time tackle at the line of scrimmage to make it a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 here for Vancouver as Bedick is underneath the center this time. 2 wide receivers to his left, and he has 1 down to the bottom of the field. Hill and Sanchez in the backfield. There's a handoff here to Hill, and Hill makes a man miss. Juke smooth. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what the Stripes are going to call this penalty here.
Probably even a face mask, you know.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Maybe a face mask. And there it is, Ramos. You called a face mask against the defense.
Yeah, you know, we had a good shot of it here in the booth. You know, it is just, you know, here in the SFL, we still manage accidental face mask, personal foul face mask. So this is going to give him only 5 yards, but also a first down.
Absolutely. And there's another look here at the defense of Denver. 4 wide receivers this time here for Bedick. Looks like Sanchez is in the backfield with him now. And he takes a 3-step drop, winds up, he goes deep, and that ball is deflected and intercepted. B.J. Armstrong. No, it's not Armstrong. I thought I saw 38. My apologies.
Yeah, it was Farmer, but I think B.J. Armstrong was the one who tipped that ball, and indeed it was B.J. Armstrong.
Yep, it was Armstrong.
Tip drill. Yes, indeed, it was a tip drill, and, you know, it reminds you of the 2013 playoff game between the Seahawks and the 49ers when they were able to seal the game. You know, that tip and intercepted, and a huge break here for Denver.
Absolutely. Now we get to see Josh Miller at the 39-yard line. 3 wide receivers in an I formation here for the halfbacks, and McChesney just can't get anything going because the front 7 for Vancouver is just giving him a lot of trouble, and it's really being caused by Frank Champion.
Yeah, it's been Frank Champion, it's been Franco Sonati, and Stanley Hudson getting the party here. And it seems that they are doing like a stunt where they're going all inside, and they are just forcing McChesney to go outside.
Absolutely. Oh, what a hit on that pass deflection there. That ball was intended for Jones. He was unable to keep his paws on it. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, it's the situation where it seems that they are starting to the inside and just forcing Jerry McChesney to go to the outside, which is not his game. Jerry McChesney is a big running back who loves to run between the tackles. So If you put him on the outside, that's where Frank Champion and those guys can fly to the football.
Here's Miller on a 7-step drop. He pumps, fakes, winds up, dumps it off down the middle of the field, and he got Jones as he picks up 7, but not able to pick up the first down. You got to get past the sticks if you're going to do a comeback route like that.
Yeah, you really have. It's again Frank Champion making the big time stop before he got to the sticks, and again he flies everywhere. There was a game I think a couple of seasons ago, Damon, where Frank Champion intercepted like 3 or like 2 or 3 passes from Matt Wilson. It was an ugly game for us, and Frank Champion was leading the way.
Trust me, I know all about Frank Champion. He hurt my feelings a few seasons back as well. And there's the punt return back to Vancouver. Let's see if Vancouver can get something going on here now on this drive, as Emily Strait was able to get punt the ball away with no pressure from the Vancouver special teams. You would think they would have put some type of pressure on the special teams there for Denver.
Yes, definitely. Now you have this Vancouver team starting from their shadow of their own end zone. Literally the shadow of their own end zone there at the 20-yard line. We see some shadow here.
Absolutely.
In the stadium.
Handoff here to Cody Hill, and Cody Hill, God's open field. Are they going to catch him? And he's brought down. And was that Armstrong? I can't really see if that was Armstrong that came away with a tackle, but Cody Hill picks up the first down, people.
And Vince Lombardi will be proud. Seal here, seal there, and run it just. This is beautiful blocking, and this is just basically the Vince Lombardi power play where everybody goes to the outside and everybody picks up perfect blocks to spring out the running back.
Absolutely. That was Nicholas Warner on that tackle, the strong safety, and Bennett goes deep. That pass is deflected away, this time by Armstrong. Armstrong has 2 deflections on the day. Let me double check that. I could be wrong.
Yeah, 2 deflections. He was the tip for the interception, and now he has that other deflection. And, B.J. Armstrong, if I have to use comparison to NFL, for me, he's like a Patrick Peterson because he's the #1 corner, and he also returns punts and kicks. So for me, he is like a Patrick Peterson type of player. Very rangy, man-to-man corner.
Absolutely. Give it up for Suicide King, who is our stats keeper for the day. 2-step drop here by Beddick. He got Hill in open field, and Hill picks up 6 yards on that swing pass there. Nice check down by Beddick. He may have felt a little pressure there, Ramos, and decided to get that thing out to his check down. And
it was good. This is a 6-yard gain that puts the ball at 3rd and 4 and the ball at midfield. Osiris Pelican right there with a tackle. And, they are playing outside coverage, so let's see if they do a slant route or a quick in.
Absolutely. Bettis comes out in 3 wide receiver step, take another 2-step drop, steps up in the pocket, throws across him into the field. That pass is almost intercepted, but it's dropped by the outside linebacker, Deontay Phillips. You got to come away with that INT, Ramos.
Yeah, you do. And I think, that was also number 77, Bandit Barreto, who last week, or a couple of weeks back when I was in the broadcast of Denver, he had a couple of very good plays.
Absolutely. And now Kingston's going to have to punt this thing right back to Denver. After the 2 scores, Ramos, we haven't seen much from the offenses of both of these teams.
Yeah, we really haven't. It's been that opportunity where Vancouver had really, they started at the opposing 31-yard line, and then it was Denver with a great drive to score and answer to the first Vancouver Legion touchdown. So now we've seen these 2 defenses really, closing in and just preventing passes to go their way, preventing all the runs, great block shedding and everything.
Absolutely. I formation, 3 wide receivers. Looks like an I spread here for Denver, and he throws it out to the halfback, and he's blowed up. Oh my goodness, what a hit!
Yeah, there's again man-to-man coverage right there, and this defense is just so quick to get outside and stopping those flat throws. And also, what I've noticed here, Damon, is that they are very short tacklers. I don't think we've seen a broken tackle for Jerry McChesney so far.
You're absolutely correct. Looks like the defense is in press man, and the quarterback steps up, and he dumps it off to his receiver. Looks like he came across the line of scrimmage as that pass was caught by Jones.
That's a beautiful play, and if this is called as an illegal pass because he was past the line of scrimmage, that's BS.
I absolutely agree with you. And they are calling the illegal procedure here on the quarterback. Illegal forward pass there. And if I was the Night Wings, I would challenge this because from my perspective, it looked like he was still behind the line.
Yeah, he was behind the line. Remember, any part of your body needs to be behind the line. It doesn't have to be your full body, and there's a challenge. It doesn't have to be your full body, even if it's your heel that is behind the line of scrimmage. That's a legal play.
Absolutely. Andy Hamilton is in the chat saying, "Watch his foot." Says he definitely crossed the line. Well, the foot was on the line, if we can see there, but he was behind the line. Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, his left leg was behind.
Mm-hmm. So the Night Wings win that challenge there, and they're not charged a timeout as that ruling on the field is overturned.
Yeah, and it's a correct call to have it overturned. When it's like this, it's not a safe. It's not like a safety where the full ball has to be like. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Any part of your body, even if it's your hair that is behind the line of scrimmage, that's a legal play.
Absolutely. 5-step drop here by Miller, and Miller throws that ball into enemy territory right at the linebacker. Not understanding what he saw there, but maybe he just wanted to get that thing out. Maybe feel some pressure. Vic Bowers.
Yeah, maybe he did. Yeah, maybe he did, or he just didn't see him. I mean, it was just the type of play where he threw it right into the defender's hands. Who read that play all the way, and this is gonna be a punt for Denver, and let's see if they can stop him. Vancouver will have very good field position to start this run.
Absolutely, and there's the snap for the punt. Emily Strait gets that thing off, and looks like there's a fair catch here by Vancouver.
Surprised it was a fair catch. It seems that they had a little bit of room to run and probably get about 5 yards on the return, but still, this is good field position. 42-yard line. 4 minutes and 22 seconds. This is where you have, and you want to run the ball a little bit, try to bleed some clock, and score before the half is over.
Absolutely. 2 wide receivers and 2 tight ends in on the formation. Looks like far near. And Cody Hill is discombobulated in the backfield as the Denver Night Wings bring so much pressure that he just didn't have anywhere to go.
And that's unfortunate for Cody Hill right there because it was just not very good field vision. Probably were some room on the inside. He trusted his legs and his speed to go to the outside and probably turn the corner. But Nicholas Warner was right there to make the stop.
Absolutely. Offset spread eye is the offense. And there's a handoff here to Cody Hill. He gets skinny, makes a man miss. There's a stiff arm by Hill. There's another stiff arm try. He picks up 7. Well, actually, it was 2nd and 14, so he picks up 11 on that play there. Almost picked up the first down. Nice run by Cody Hill.
That's a huge stiff arm on A.J. Sean, the free safety at 600 pounds. Not easy to put your right arm and just throw into the ground. And it was a very impressive play, and that's why Cody Hill was drafted this high in this previous SFL draft.
Frank Gooden in the chat is making fun of me, as I always say absolutely when I'm in agreement with my analysts. I'll try to calm down on the absolutely. And there's Cody Hill. Cody Hill tries a stiff arm, picks up 1 yard on that handoff.
And that's a beautiful play by A.J. Sean right there. Just, taking it back to the running back. Great job by A.J. Sean. He did not over-pursue it. He did not over-commit to the run. He just waited patiently and made the big-time tackle. Now Vancouver has to punt. Great stop for them.
Absolutely. Great defense by – I said absolutely once again. Great defense by Denver. And Cody Hill, they're stating in the chat that he must have hit the gym coming away with the arms of steel there. And there's a return by Armstrong. And Armstrong is a confident guy as the special teams was drawing in on him. He's just saying, I'm going to return this. I ain't calling for a fair catch.
yeah. And that's what you want, sometimes from your special teamer. It's just get the ball, try to make some magic happen, and just put us in a better field position, because if he doesn't, probably this is behind the 10-yard line. And this time, it's at the 18, so a little bit better field.
And off here to McChason, and McChason runs a guy over, and he picks up 4 yards. He's up to Frank Champion, 7 tackles, 1 for a loss today. But McChason with the run over, and I'm pretty sure he was looking to run over Champion, because Champion has been on his rear end all day long.
Yes, definitely. And at this pace, Damon, we will see more tackles by Frank Champion than points scored in this game. This guy is really racking up the tackles.
Absolutely. 3 wide receiver set here for Denver. 2nd and 6 here in Vancouver. He winds up. He got a strike across the middle of the field. And that pass is caught and complete. And that's Jones once again. Giacomo. Call it a first down.
Giacomo Jones with a big-time catch right there. He just runs straight to the middle of the field, behind the linebackers and just in front of the safeties, and a big throw. Great ball placement by the quarterback.
2-minute warning here in Vancouver, people. 7-7 tied ball game. But I have to give kudos to Giacomo Jones for that reception. He caught that with 3 to 4 people around him, Ramos.
It is not easy. It is not easy. There's a lot of people, a lot of receivers, listen to the footsteps and just have alligator arms. Not Giacomo Jones.
3 wide receiver offset eye here is the halfback, and McChesney gets the screen pass. He picks up 6, and oh my goodness, what a hit! What a hit! Markham Lopez, you got barbecue down there and you didn't invite me? Hurt my feelings. Man, what a hit!
Jeez, Markham Lopez, he was built like Sean Taylor, 6'3", 220, picked up in the second pick, rookie, and delivering the boom right there.
Here's McChesney with the handoff, and then McChesney is stopped and brought down by a host of Legion, and look who it is again, Frank Champion. This guy is a tackling machine, Ramos.
He definitely is, and going back to it, Jerry McChesney, 5'11", but he's also 225 pounds. This is not a small dude. He's under 6 foot, but at 225, he's huge.
There's a handoff to McChesney, and McChesney almost picks up the 4th down. Was that Frank Champion again? Oh my goodness. He got to the line before the first, or right at the first down line, and man, he was smacked backwards.
Yeah, and I'm if you're Jerry McChesney, I'm not sure why you're spinning when you're 225 pounds, like half an inch. I would have put my shoulders down and try to get half a yard. That's what's left.
Absolutely.
The 13th pick in this draft, just coming away a little bit short in this play.
You're absolutely right. At least die for it, something. Crawl.
Yeah, do something. Just fall forward.
Oh, what a hit! My Lord! Hurting my feelings out here.
Man, Coach Jeremy Vega, I know that he was with Vancouver. He wants to prove a point, but he needs to calm his guys down, bruh.
They are laying the wood down there on the field. I'm glad that we're up here in the booth, Ramos.
Yeah, but I'm listening. I'm still listening to hits.
3 wide receivers set here for Beddick, and there's a handoff to Cody Hill, and Hill is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Heath Bars, 3 tackles.
Yeah, and this is, whatever you can do, I can do better. You can stop my running back, I can do.
And Ramos, that's the half, man. At the end of the second quarter, it's been all defense. We only have 14 points between the 2 of these teams.
Yeah, this has been the typical game where it's just such a fun game because it's like, and it's basically which defense blinks first. And if a defense just allows a big throw to happen, or if either Jared McChesney or Cody Hill can break up a tackle and go 40-50 yards, that might just decide this ball game. It's just this type of game where when you're on the offensive side, it's if you see 15 or 20 defenders on the field and you just cannot find a room to throw the ball or to run the ball.
I totally agree with you, dude. And let's look at McChesney there on his big run. I really thought he broke that tackle there.
Me too.
by Lawson, but great tackle by Lawson coming from the other side of the field, and great angle there to take down the ball carrier. Man, look at this sideline catch here by these receivers. We have seen some great plays in this game, especially from the defense side of the field.
We really have. We've seen Frank Champion fly all over. Look at this play by B.J. Armstrong right there, tipping the ball to his defender, and the defender comes away with the INT. We've seen really great plays right there. Cody Hill following his blockers from Sanchez and his offensive line. But again, we've seen a game where the offense does a big play, a big throw, and just the defense responds with a sack, with an interception, with a big-time tackle to stop it from first down. So it's really been that type of game for us.
You're right, Blaine. And I'm really excited to see what we're going to get here in the second half of this ball game. Ramos, we have a total of 22 minutes left of football here in Vancouver. Let's get this thing under the way.
Definitely.
And here's Lily Long for Denver, ready to boot it away. Let's kick the second half off here now, people. And there's a return from the 10-yard line. And he's out to the 30, makes a spin move, nothing doing, stopped at the 34-yard line. Great return there by the return guy of Vancouver.
Yeah, definitely. This is really good field position. 34-yard line. This is the opportunity for you to put in a drive and get started this third quarter in the right foot and just score some points.
Right. Denver's in a white hat, white jersey, white pants, blue trimmings, blue numbers. Vancouver white hat, light blue tops and tan bottoms. And there's a deep pass down the middle of the field. That pass is tipped and brought up. Great play by B.J. Armstrong. My goodness.
Wow.
I thought Keelan had him burned.
Yes, me too. Great recovery by B.J. Armstrong on that play. We will not get a read, unfortunately, but this is great recovery from B.J. Armstrong. Great closing speed.
B.J. Armstrong has 3 deflections on the day. That's more than most have in their own career.
Yeah.
Offset eye here is Vancouver. 2 tight ends in on the play. I'm sorry, make that 1 tight end. And there's a 2-step drop there by Baddock, and nothing doing as he dumps it off to Sanchez in the flats.
I like the play call because it seemed that the linebackers showing off a blitz. So when that happens, you throw the ball to the outside. But again, it comes back to the great tackling by this Denver defense. And this time, Osiris Pelican at 6'3", 225 pounds. That's huge for a corner. The rookie.
4 wide receivers here for Baddock. Single back is Cody Hill. There's a 2-step drop by Baddock. Goes deep. Oh, that pass is deflected off the back of the defender. How did he manage to do that?
How was that not intercepted?
All right, as it drops off the back of one of the defenders. Another guy got his hands on it. He tipped it to someone else, and he couldn't catch it.
Yeah, but still, this is a stop. This is another 4th down, and Denver's defense just responds. The Legion had the ball at the 34, and they're going to put it at the 33. So this is a -1 yard drive for Legion, which is going to be huge for them.
Oh, wow. And Denver brings pressure there. Almost comes away with a block punt there. And there's B.J. Armstrong on the return. Is B.J. Armstrong, he's the son of B.J. Armstrong from the Chicago Bulls?
Probably. Probably he is. Probably that's where the athleticism comes in, and now Denver will have the ball at their own 34-yard line. So let's see if they can get a good drive together, starting from the same exact field position that Vancouver did last time.
Miller now in the shotgun with his halfback and fullback in the backfield with him, and only 2 wide receivers and 1 tight end. There's an out route here to the bottom of the field, and that pass is caught by Logan Keel. He comes away with his 3rd reception of the day.
Yeah, that was the same play, Damon, where Denver scored their touchdown. It was that inside-outside route, double move. Now, it worked last time in the end zone. This time getting 5 yards and make this a manageable 2nd down.
If I was Josh Miller, I would target more towards Keel because Keel is now 5 for 5. 100% catching on the day. Here's a handoff here to McChesney, and McChesney puts his shoulder down. He picks up a first down. Wow, we haven't seen one of those in a long time from the halfbacks.
Yes, and McChesney now with the correct move, I think, just lowering his shoulders, trying to get the first down. And, this Vancouver defense is just, they're saying run the ball. We are playing man-to-man coverage, and we dare you to run the ball. Denver does it successfully this time.
Offset single back is the halfback. 3 wide receivers here now for Miller. There's a sweep here to McChesney, and McChesney is pushed forward, picks up 5 yards as he was stopped right after picking up 3 yards, but then the defense pushed him forward to pick up another 2.
Yeah, and with a 2nd and 5, now the ball close to midfield. Denver, slowly but surely putting a drive together. Let's see if they throw the curveball here and throw the ball deep to Giacomo Jones.
2 wide receivers. Looks like there's 2 tight ends on this play as well. Halfback and the fullback is in the shotgun with the QB, Miller. Miller takes a 1-step drop, steps up in the pocket. He's brought down by Champion. You got to be kidding me. This guy is everywhere. Is that Champion?
Yeah. And that's actually not Champion. That's again number 5. We've seen him have a couple of big tackles. And this is a big-time sack. This is not an easy 3rd down.
You're right. That's Stanley Hudson. And 7-step drop here by Miller. Miller goes out to the top of the field. He got some reception by Jones. I'm sorry. That's McCorrow.
Yeah, Ken McCarter right there on the outside route. And, this is the same play that they did earlier in the game where, this is a slow developing play as we see Vancouver throw the challenge flag.
And it looks like Andy Hamilton is going to challenge that spot on the field.
I think that's a good catch.
I think so, too. At least that's what it looked like up here in the booth, partner.
Yeah. Let's look at this replay. It's better in a slow-mo. Man, that's I will still say it's a catch.
Might be out. And Denver wins it, and looks like Vancouver's going to be charged a timeout.
Yes, that they're going to be charged a timeout, and Denver with a big break right there to get a first down. They are not yet in field goal range, I will say. Damon, this will be like a 54-yarder approximately. So probably you still need about 5 more yards.
You were right about that one. I probably would say 10 just to be on the safe side. And here's Miller on a 1-step drop. Goes across to the middle of the field, and he got Jones, but Jones only picks up 9 yards on that reception. 2nd and inches.
Yeah, Giacomo Jones right there. Again, they're doing this press man-to-man coverage, and with those inside routes, they are getting open. And here in 2nd and inches, I'm expecting a run by McChesney.
Reigning Champion staring in the eyes of Miller, and there's a handout to McChesney. He gets a spin move. He makes a guy miss, but he's brought down by a host of Legion.
Big first down here from McChesney, keeping the chains moving now in the red zone. First time since the previous score back in the first quarter. Denver with a really nice drive. This drive has been for, if I can do math, 46 yards. And now looking to score.
You're right. Inside of the red zone now is Denver, and he dumps it off to the halfback, and he loses a yard. I probably would have threw it away. I don't think I would have threw it to the halfback running towards the sideline who couldn't keep both feet in.
Yeah, unfortunate right there from McChesney. Obviously, you want to make the catch, but at the same time, unfortunately, he was close to the sideline and got it out of bounds before he was able to turn the corner.
2 wide receivers. Miller once again in the shotgun. Both halfbacks in the gun with him, side by side at the 21-yard line of Vancouver, here in Vancouver. And Miller takes a strike towards the bottom of the field, and he got some reception. And give credit to Keel once again coming away with that reception. If I'm not mistaken, that's another catch for him, but he's still 100% on the day.
Yes, indeed, and that's the play that has worked the best probably for Denver. That inside outside, score touchdown. They did it in the drive earlier, And, you know, it's been open all day. So let's see if they do it to the left side right now.
Twins left for Miller. Here's a handoff to McChesney, and McChesney puts his head down. It looks like he dives forward, but he does not pick up the first down. If you ask me, I say the ball is right on the line. You got to measure that.
Yeah, they will most likely measure this one. Great play by the running back being mentioned. If I'm Denver, honestly, I'm trying to probably catch them offside. If not, I'm kicking the field goal because this is a game where scoring has been very tough to do.
You're right about that. Looks like Vancouver is going to bring pressure up the middle. And looks like Denver is trying to draw them offsides, but it looks like it's not going to work. Vancouver, that is being disciplined. And look at the corner at the top. Look how far he off from the receiver. I would have called for a quick slant. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, either a quick slant or kind of like a hitch route, you know, where you just take the ball as a quarterback and just throw it to the left and try to get maybe a couple yards. You know, he was a good, I will say 10 yards away from the receiver. You're right, Amon.
And there's the head coach of Denver jawing at Miller on the sidelines there. Actually, how come you did not audible to a quick slant or a hitch, as you stated, Ramos, to get that first down? They could have picked up the first down because that corner was far off from the receiver.
Definitely. You know, and this is a correct play call. You have to kick the field. You have to take the lead in this game, 10-7, and you know there's no way you go for this. You get a loss of yardage, and you just come away empty in this drive.
And there's the field goal there by Denver, and Lily Long is expressing himself on the field as he kicks that 27-yarder right down the middle. And there's the kick back over to Vancouver. And Vancouver has to get something going here, at least on this drive. But we still have a lot of time left, at least about 16, 17 minutes left in this game, Ramos.
We do. Yeah, we do. I mean, this is a game where you know, anything can happen. We saw the game between where it was, you know, kind of like from a low to a middle scoring affair, and they just both teams went bonkers. So you never know.
Looks like Beddick is changing the play here, calling for an audible in the 3 wide receiver set. Split on the halfbacks, handoff here to Sanchez, and Sanchez puts his hat down and nothing doing after he picked up one. Met by a gang of Nightwings. And man, Sanchez was full head of speed, and full head of steam, and I thought he was about to run someone over.
Yeah, me too, but a great job by Pepper Ryman Jr. and also Deontay Phillips, stuffing him in and just bring him down with no further progress.
2 wide receiver set here for the Legion. Both halfbacks are in the backfield behind Beddick. Beddick takes a 7-step drop. He winds up, throws to the bottom of the field. He got some reception. It looks like Killian once again comes away with a catch before he runs out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a catch by Brad Killian. A great route right there in front of B.J. Armstrong. Yeah, for me, that's a catch. And a big first down here. Denver's going to challenge because why not?
The Wings are challenging.
And it looks like they're going to challenge this play here.
That one is close.
This one is close. And Mark Beddick, man, what a play. Great arm strength he shows here by getting this thing. Oh, that's a catch. You only need 1 foot in here in the SFL. First down, Vancouver. Move the sticks,
yeah.
ref.
For me, that's a catch.
The play stands. The pass was complete. The catch was made prior to going out of bounds.
Yep.
The Wings will be charged with a timeout. First down.
Yep. So that will remain as a catch, and deservingly so. You know, that's a big time throw and a big time catch, and the sticks keep moving.
Beddick once again comes out to the line of scrimmage here at Vancouver's 43-yard line. 1st and 10, handoff here to Sanchez, and Sanchez puts his head down, picks up 1 yard on that handoff.
Really impressed right there by Deontay Phillips, who again the line came in from the practice squad, and you know, looking for a big contract, and just stops the fullback and just brings him down.
We're in the 3rd quarter, and Beddick only has Not even over 100 yards yet. Was it 65, I believe I saw? And there's an offset eye, two-step drop here by the QB. Throws an out route to the top of the field, and he got some reception. And that is Farrell. I believe that's his second reception of the day.
Yeah, we've not said a lot from Farrell this game, and he's a guy who is a very sure-handed guy, 6'4", 225 pounds. Unfortunately for him, he fell down. Probably had a first down if he didn't.
Twins right here for the quarterback of Vancouver. He takes a one-step drop, strike across the middle of the field, and that pass is caught. Killian once again comes away with a great catch in enemy territory, going across the middle of the field.
Brett Killian has been the guy for Vancouver all game long. He has been the guy who Mark Bennett has thrown the ball to in clutch situations and has been very good so far.
Yeah, Killian's on 8 targets, 5 catches for the day. It looks like they're going to run the same play. Twins right once again here for Biddix. Two-step drop this time for the QB. Winds up, goes across the middle of the field. That pass is intercepted. Interception for Denver.
Yep.
And that is A.J. Sean comes away with that interception. He just jumped right in front of the receiver.
That is A.J. Sean, as you're saying. And, now he's throwing the ball deep a lot this game. It's been more throwing the ball short, dink and dunk, because this secondary of Denver is extremely talented.
Trips right here for Josh Miller. McChesney in the backfield by himself. There's an offside by the defense, and there's Jones coming away with a one-handed catch in traffic.
That's a beautiful grab by McCarr.
And that was a great grab.
You have to decline this penalty.
Oh, most definitely. I would decline myself. There's no way I'm accepting that. You can keep the 5
it
yards.
was indeed declined. Yeah, it was indeed declined. I don't think that's quite a first down. I think he's just a little bit shy, but still, it's a second and inches. If it was not ruled a first down.
Right.
It was ruled a first down, so first down for the Denver Nightwings.
And there's a shot at McCarro. Trips right down to the bottom of the field here for Miller. McChesney in the backfield all by himself. 3-2 dime is the defense, and there's a handoff here to the halfback. Wow. He's stopped in the backfield. Give credit on the tackler to Red Ross, the defensive end.
Wow, Red Ross with a beautiful tackle. That's how you do it. When you're a big guy like McChesney, I don't know Ross is way bigger than him, but still, 225 pounds, but McChesney a big guy. You have to go to the legs and stop his progress.
3 wide receivers set here now for Miller. Miller takes a 3-step drop in the shotgun and throws the out route to the top of the field, and that pass is caught. 4 yards gain. I'm sorry, 3 yards gain on that play. Actually, 4 yards because he was a yard lost in the previous play. 3rd and 7 here in Vancouver.
Yeah, Giacomo Jones with that catch, and let's see if Denver here does something similar, even probably like a post route. If we look at the defense, there's one single safety. So probably a post route here could be a good choice.
Trips left now for Miller as he's underneath the center this time. Takes his 7-step drop. He winds up. Got a man open. Oh, and that pass is just off target to McCarro. Or was it deflected by Clyde?
Yeah, it was deflected by the corner. Major key action.
Is it on the back of his jersey like it said Clyde? Or maybe I just missaw it. You know what? I don't have my glasses on, by the way.
Major key. He's a great corner. Major key, second-year man, 6'2", 205 pounds. Made the Pro Bowl last season. I was able to coach him in the Pro Bowl. And he's just a tremendous talent, tremendous player. One game last season, he returned like 2 pick sixes. Just an incredible football player.
As Andy Hamilton is saying in the chat, Major Key, that was your chance for an INT. You're correct about that. I couldn't disagree with you more, Andy. Hurricane Nation, you call me Desmond one more time, I will find you and hunt you down, son. Don't ever call me Desmond.
Regardless of interception or not, Vancouver and with the ball at their 10-yard line, this is their chance. Sorry, at their 15-yard line, this is their chance to put in a drive together and try to at least get the tie here.
3 wide receiver set here for Vancouver at their very own 15-yard line. Handoff here to Cody Hill, and Cody Hill with a stiff arm as he plows forward, picking up 7 yards on that run. Cody showing his arm of steel.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, and that's the guy, you know, the Deontay Phillips, who been able to both Hill and Sanchez quite consistently. Sorry, this game, but now
laughing at Andy Hamilton. And here's another handoff here to Hill, and Hill plows forward. He's picking up a first down there, Ramos.
Yes, indeed, and that's a power all play. That's a power all play right there by Vancouver. Number 65, the guard, J. Gray, at 320 pounds, pulling to the right and making the block on the defensive end to make the hole for the running back to go through.
3 wide receiver set here for Vancouver at the 27-yard line. 2-step drop here by the quarterback. He throws down to the bottom of the field to his check down, Cody Hill. And Cody Hill loses a yard by running out of bounds on that reception.
Yeah, we saw that from McChesney a couple of drives ago as well. He made the catch, but unfortunately for him, he stepped out of bounds a couple of yards shy of the line of scrimmage. And you know, this is a loss of yardage, and you know that really makes the drive a little bit harder.
Here's Bedex once again, winds up, goes deep. That pass is intercepted. Oh, wow. My. B.J. Armstrong, you are putting on a show.
Yeah, he definitely is the gold corner right there. Just runs the route for the wide receiver. He's been burned a couple times on that route. He's seen it enough, and he knew that was coming. In a 2nd and long. It was a passing situation, and B.J. Armstrong knew it, takes it away, and now Denver is very close for field goal range.
Now Denver takes over at the 38-yard line of Vancouver. There's a 2-step drop by Miller, throws an out route, and that pass is incomplete as the receiver caught the ball out of bounds, and that was to Logan Keel. That there will end the streak of his 100% for the day.
It does. It's an unfortunate play right there. He was just a little bit out of bounds. And now in a 2nd and 10, probably you give the ball to McChesney to try to level this drive. Look to the left for McChesney. Wide side of the field, there's nobody on the left.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of the field. Miller takes a 7-step drop. He gets pressure. He winds up, and that pass is almost intercepted by Vancouver. Give credit to Xander Mack with the pass deflection, the free safety.
Definitely, and this is a man-to-man coverage play where if the pressure does not come in, and it didn't, it's really tough for a defensive backfield to hold the receivers for that long, and they did. So huge kudos for the Vancouver defensive backfield.
There's another 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the bottom of the field, right of Miller, and McChesney in the backfield all by himself in a single back formation. And Miller takes a 7-step drop, throws an out route to the top of the field. That pass is dropped by McCorrow. How could you drop that? But better yet, besides that, how did you not get past the sticks?
Yeah, I agree with the sticks, but how do you drop that? This is a huge drop, because even if you don't get to the first down, that's a good 7-yard gain. You put the ball at 31-yard line, and that's field goal range. Now you're out of field goal range, and you have to punt the ball.
You're right about that. And there's the punt by Long, and there's a fair catch at the 11-yard line, and this is where Vancouver would take over. 35 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Vancouver after that punt.
There's still a lot of time for Vancouver to. What I'm trying to say is that they don't have really to hurry up and just throw the ball desperate to these safeties. They can take their time, just left, run the ball a little bit, settle down, give a rest to your defense is very important.
4 wide receivers set here for Vancouver. There's a handoff here to Cody Hill. Cody Hill up the middle of the field. They're not going to catch him. He has get away from the count speed. They're not going to catch him. He's all by himself. And touchdown, Vancouver. I don't even drive that fast, man.
That's a huge play by Cody Hill. And the guard, the right guard, actually whiffed on the block. Number 75, as you can see right there, whiffed. He had nobody to block. At the end of it, he does block a guy on the second level. But that was all Cody Hill, his speed, his patience, his awareness of, I have to pick up this hole. And that's a beautiful play call for Vancouver. And for the first time, and that's what I said at the beginning of this game, Damon, whatever defense blinks first and allows the opposing offense to get a huge, 50, 60-yard gain, a big throw, that might be the team who's going to lose at the end of this game because scoring is going to be very, very hard.
I was looking for that all day from Cody Hill and from Jared McChesney, one of these running backs to make a big play, and Cody Hill came up first. My perspective from this game was that the halfbacks was going to have to make some type of noise in order for one of these teams to come away with victory today.
Yeah, and the difference has been that Frank Champion has been able to stop McChesney and the rest of this Denver running game all game long, and now Cody Hill is able to gash this Denver defense for 89 yards and score.
And there's the return to B.J. Armstrong. He stopped at the 26-yard line on that return.
We're trying to light up a spark here now, and they have the ball at the 26-yard line with 18 seconds left in this third quarter. And let's see here, Damon, because last time Vancouver was able to score, Denver was able to answer with a score on their own. So
you're
this
right.
is the team Josh Miller. They do not shy away, and they just keep battling.
Three wide receivers set here for Denver. Here's a handoff here to McChesney. McChesney's brought down after picking up 4 yards on that carry there.
81 yards and 22 carries, so that's a little bit under 4-yard carry for McChesney. So this defense of Vancouver has been very stout.
Give credit to Vic Bowers, the outside linebacker on that tackle. And I forgot to shout out the key players for Denver. Quarterback Josh Miller, receiver number 10, Ken McCarroll, wide receiver number 11, Giacomo Jones, and halfback Jared McChesney, along with wide receiver Logan Keel. Those are your key players for the Denver offense. Sorry for that coming here in the fourth quarter, but it just has been back and forth thus far with both teams, and I just wasn't able to get it out. And there's Frank Champion. Once again, hogging all the tackles. Every time, every play, he's the one that's right in front of the ball carrier.
Yeah, Frank Champion, again, if I had to quickly, he straves, he waits for the perfect time to attack the running back.
5-step drop here by Miller. He winds up, and that pass is deflected by Vancouver, and that is Mack.
Yeah, Xander Mack at 5'11", 205 pounds. Again, another player who is from the practice squad, just was activated for this game, trying to seek a big-time contract, delivering his worth, improving his worth here in the slot, stopping a star wide receiver on that one. Beautiful coverage.
And kudos to Vancouver for stopping Denver on a 3-and-out. Denver is unable to push the ball and move it past the first down line, and Vancouver brings pressure, but they're unable to get the block. And here's a return here. And nothing doing on that return as he stopped and brought down at the 35-yard line. And that was Cad Stevens on that return.
Now with the ball at the 35 now, you really have to put in a drive together if you're Vancouver. Now you lead comfortably. Your offense has the lead for the first time in this game comfortably. Now, you have to run the ball a little bit with Sanchez, with Cody Hill. Try to establish still the run game and take some time off the clock in this football.
Beddick's on a one-step drop, and he has a man to the top of the field, and he got some reception, picking up 5. And Beddick's comes away with that completion. It looks like Killian comes away with that completion. My apologies.
Yeah, that's been one heck of a battle, that we're looking here. Brett Gillian against B.J. Armstrong has been very fun all game long. B.J. Armstrong has had a couple of wins. That was that tip pass for an interception and an interception on his own. So we've seen a very good battle between this corner and wide receiver as we expected.
The crazy thing is that Killian is 6'5", 222, And Armstrong is only 5'11", 190.
Yeah.
Talk about confidence.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, is that when it's your number one corner, you don't care if it's 5'10" or 6'2", you just put him out there and travel with a number one wide receiver. And that's the confidence that they have in number 38.
Right. You would think that Denver will put their second corner, which is Osiris Pelican, which is 6'3", 225 on Killian, but they're sticking it out with B.J. Armstrong, which is a little guy that has a lot of confidence like Darrell Rivas.
Yeah, exactly. When you look at his frame of B.J. Armstrong, he will be like a Chris Harris Jr. of the Denver Broncos, who is like 5'10" and 200 pounds. But we see him, travel to the slot, going to the outside, covering the big guys, the small guys, because that's just how good and how talented of a corner B.J. Armstrong.
Absolutely, and we have twins right, and there is no corner over the inside receiver, but they give the ball here to Sanchez, and Sanchez picks up 1 yard on that handoff.
I would like to see Vancouver right now, kind of throw like a curveball and use the back in the way where other teams do. We've seen Alaska do it very well, where it's not just your typical run to the inside. They put him in the slot sometimes, and they throw the ball at the backfield, but as kind of like a wide receiver. So I think Jonathan Sanchez could do that potentially.
3 wide receivers set here for Vancouver, and to my understanding, I don't think I saw any safeties in the deep.
Right.
I would have took a shot down the middle of the field or something.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I think it was a situation where Mark Bedex just rushed the throw. I think that if he waited a little bit more time for his routes to develop, probably he would have, probably got something deep.
Dime formation here is the defense. 1-step drop here by Bedex, and Bedex has an incomplete pass, as that ball there was intended. Looks like to one of the tight ends there. And that was the wide receiver, Kyle Cobb, unable to keep his paws on it as he dropped that ball.
Yeah, Kyle Cobb, also a guy who is a rookie, undrafted guy. He was just picked up of waivers at the beginning of the season, and again, one of the guys looking for a big time contract, and he's like the 4th or 5th option, I think, for this Vancouver team, trying to get a big contract, but unable to make the catch right there. He's not helping his cause.
There's B.J. Armstrong on that return. Has a spin move. Make one guy miss it. Unable to make the next man miss it. He's brought down at the 21-yard line of Denver. And Denver has to get the ball moving. 3 and out on their previous 2 possessions. They got to get a first down. They got to get something more than a first down. They got to get the ball moving. You're down by 4 points.
Yes.
You need
explosive play.
Exactly. Here's a 7-step drop here by Josh Miller. Dumps it off to the middle of the field. And it has been pretty much dink and dunk all day for Miller.
Yeah, it's been dink and dunk. That one is I like the. He was open blank check on a 7-yard gain. So obviously that puts the ball in a 2nd and 3. Or either McChesney or somebody, outside cover. Do a big post route or something. The safeties are playing very wide.
2 wide receivers to the top of the field and twins, and there's a check down here to McChesney. He picks up 1 yard on that swing pass. 3rd and 1 here for Denver. They're moving the ball slowly. This team just haven't been explosive downfield all day long.
Yeah, it seems that in this game, Miller has been a little bit gun shy. Not sure why. Look at the safety. Look at the strong safety. He's creeping in about 5 yards away from the line of scrimmage. Let's see if they throw the ball deep in a post right here to the outside.
There's a handoff here to the halfback, McChesney. He gets skinny and he jumps forward just to get that first down.
Good job right there by the offensive line, Antonio Jemima, as well as Bestquick. Both of them at 6'5", 320. Just making the good blocks to help this running back get the first down. Man-to-man coverage.
Absolutely. I can see it here, and there's one safety to the top of the field, and there's a spin move by McChesney as he's knocked across the face by J.J. McClain, hurting my feelings.
Number 58 right there. 6'3", 250 pounds. He had the one-on-one situation where If it's not him, it's nobody. And Majesty is out. Going, but a great tackle in the open field.
One step drop here by Miller, going across the middle of the field, and that pass is deflected and better way.
Wow.
Guess by who?
That guy is everywhere. and that's some textbook coverage. I mean, it's no grabbing, it's no pass interference. It's just staying close enough and just putting your right hand to make it take some reps with Major Key and those guys.
I can't recall the last time I saw so much press coverage by one defensive team as they bring pressure on Miller. Miller winds up, goes deep, and that pass is tipped and batted away. And that is by Major Key.
That's Major Key indeed, and that's double coverage, and that was I'm not sure why he floated that one that much. It's not a fade route. I mean, you sip on that ball and get a first down, unable to do so, and actually they caught a big break. If this is an interception shot, he's out and gone for the races for a pick six.
Yeah, Major Key has been showing up here in this second half, as I believe that's his second pass deflection in this half alone.
Right.
But I'll double check here for the game. What does he have? But he has been playing outstanding ball.
He really has. You know, that was his second deflection of the game. The other one was a big corner route where he was almost, he was close to making an interception. But, still, you get the ball back. The Legion do. Put the ball at the 32-yard line with 6 minutes left. You have to give the ball to both of your backs. Major Key. Not Major Key. Hill. Sanchez. You need to keep the ball rolling.
Absolutely. There's a three-step drop there by Bedex, and Bedex dumps it off to Sanchez, and Sanchez picks up 3 yards on that swing pass, and B.J. Armstrong comes up and blow him up.
Definitely, and this is what I was saying about Sanchez, involving back for small runs between the tackles, put him outside, make him catch some passes, try to get a mismatch on the defense, and he did it right there. Now shotgun formation again. Let's see if they dare to throw the ball deep.
And here's Bedex. Bedex has all day long. Steps up in the pocket, makes the defender miss. Oh, but he's unable to get away from that second one as he's brought down to the mat.
I think he made his decision a little bit too late. He had a little bit of room to run or even check it down to his slot guy. And what an athletic big play by number 99, Heath Bars again, who has done a couple, maybe about 3 or 4 plays. Huge plays for this Denver defense. Now with a 3rd and 10, you know what's coming. It's that, outside route, deep out play. So Armstrong and Osiris Pelican better be ready.
If the ZXY deep outs is what I'm projecting. And no, they go deep post. And that is a reception. And that is Brett Killian once again.
They were expecting that deep outs play, and Vancouver, with the perfect curveball, does the exact opposite thing. Instead of going outside, they go inside with the post route, and a great placement ball between B.J. Armstrong and A.J. Sean to pick up a huge first down to keep the ball rolling and this clock ticking.
Offset I formation here now for Vancouver at Denver's 47-yard line, 1st and 10 here in Vancouver. 4:36 left. There's an out route towards the bottom of the field. One-handed grab here by Farrell. Great one-handed catch there by Farrell down alongside the bottom of the sideline.
Yeah, Farrell strikes to me as a guy who he will be the number 1 guy. I think he's a little bit probably underutilized in this Vancouver offense because he has shown very good hands, and I think he's a great route runner.
Handoff here to Cody Hill. Cody Hill makes a man miss, bounces off of him, and he picks up no yards on that carry there as he stopped at the 43-yard line. 3rd and 6 now for Vancouver. 4:21 left on the ticker as it still continues to run. Denver has not used any timeouts as they only have 1 left here in the ball game. They're down by 4. What can Denver do to get back into this ball game?
Route. Look at the post route here with Farrell.
Four wide receiver sit here for Denver, and Bettix is looking, steps up in the pocket. He's smacked and brought down by Denver. Loss of 5 on that sack.
Number 78, that's Matthew Jake, the star defensive end for the Denver Nightwings. For the first time we call his name, 6'5", 268 pounds, the defensive end. And this was a coverage sack. Nobody was open. And, Mark Bettix had a lot of time, but unable to either throw the ball to a receiver or just scramble to get some yards.
And there's the snap. There's the punt. And that ball takes a bounce at the 9-yard line. Ramos bounces at the 4, and Vancouver stops it at the 4-yard line. Give credit to the special teams on that great play there.
Mm-hmm. And this is, coming back to a couple punts earlier, you'll say, he returns the kicks. And that's why he'd return at that time, because, it's better to field the ball, get a couple yards starting at the 18, than have the ball bounce and have it pinned at the 4-yard line. So this is a huge 96-yard drive for Josh Miller.
Trips right here for Josh Miller. He takes a 5-step drop, throws an out route to the bottom of the field, and that's to McCarroll. He picks up 6 on that reception. There's his numbers for the day. 7 of 4. 7 targets, 4 receptions. 1 touchdown for McCarroll.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if Josh Miller can orchestrate a drive here with 90 more yards. Field goal is not sufficient. 3 minutes, field goal is not sufficient. He needs to get the ball in the paint.
3 wide receiver shotgun formation is Miller. Miller takes a 3-step drop, winds up, goes to the top of the field, and incomplete. As that pass is deflected away. Looks like by Trey Lawson, who came away and got his mittens on it, his paws on it, should I say. Give credit to the rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Who was undrafted, was Trey Lawson.
Yeah, yes, indeed. And I think that a guy underneath was open, across the middle. Probably he would have gotten the first down.
Mm-hmm. 3 trips left here for Miller. Miller takes a 7-step drop, winds up, goes down the middle of the field, and that pass is deflected away by Markham Lopez this time.
Wow, with 3 minutes left, obviously you have to punt this ball where, it's the 4th down. Obviously you cannot leave the position. So, this is an opportunity for Vancouver to get good field position and, try to get one more score. One more score, one more touchdown. I'm not going to say seals this game. What are they doing?
They're going to go for it, Ramos. Trips right here for Denver. Josh Miller on the center here in Vancouver, 4th and 4. He takes a 5-step drop, throws a deep pass to the top of the field, and that pass is intercepted by Trey Lawson. Don't you ever disrespect me and test me in my house, son. I have a shotgun waiting for you.
Trey Lawson right there, he gets the wiser to just knock the ball down and have the ball at the 10-yard line, but I just don't get this play call for Denver. It's been 2 straight weeks. Last time it was against Vegas where they ran the ball and got a safety against. Now they just go for it at their own 10-yard line. I mean, you have to punt and give your defense a chance to give you the ball back.
You're right, Ramos, and my intuition is telling me they're going to be better days here in Vancouver. And look at Cody Hill making folks bounce off him, showing his strength as he picks up 4 yards on that carry.
Wow, at one point I thought Cody Hill was going to go bouncing off tacklers, and at one point, and coming back to that interception, it was a smart play for Miller, because that's basically a bunt if you want to look at that way. Yeah. But still, I just don't get the play call and going for it.
You're right. It hurts the stat sheets, by the way, as well. 3 wide receivers set here for Vancouver, and they're still hungry for more. Out route to the top of the field, and that is a reception for Killian. He is doing working that sideline up there, Ramos.
Yes, he has. Now in a 3rd down and 2, you have to pay attention to the middle of the field. Let's see one of those unsung heroes, not the Brett Killian, those guys. Is probably that slot receiver who's trying to make the team. who can come up with a huge play, but they're going just with 2 wide receivers. So let's see.
Twins right here for Biddick, sorry about that. And there's a strike across the middle of the field, and that pass is almost intercepted, Ramos.
That was so close from being picked, and it was an ill-advised from Mark Biddick right there. You know, if you almost get intercepted. Now, Vancouver, they have Eric Walsh. He's the kicker, and he is a contracted kicker. He's been here for a couple of seasons. First season with Vancouver, he played last season with San Fran. So when you have this security blanket, this is, I'm not going to say money, but, you know, this is 99% sure.
Absolutely. And there's the kick there by Wash, and there's the 40-yarder right down the middle. And now this puts Vancouver up by 7. Denver can tie this ball game up. There's 2 minutes and 6 seconds left on the clock. So Denver gets a second timeout with the 2-minute warning, Ramos.
Yes, they do. And now they're kicking the ball to none other than Armstrong, who's very dangerous. And even if he does not return this all the way, if he puts the ball in good field position, I will say, you know, past the 28-yard line, you know, Denver really has a shot.
And there's the kick, and there's the return starting from the 7-yard line. And there's BJ. He runs to the middle of the crowd. He had open field, wide open, down here to the left bottom of the field. But he decides to be a knucklehead and take it right into a bunch of traffic.
Yeah, probably just trusted his strength and his abilities too much, breaking tackles and going all the way. You know, still, they get a play before the half, so they can even run it here, or they can just throw the ball short, middle, because the 2-minute warning is coming in either way. Man-to-man coverage.
You're right. I'll throw a bunch of out routes, and Miller goes deep, and he's testing this defense again, and as it is an INT right at the 2-minute warning, and Vancouver pretty much is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, that's just an ill-advised throw again to Major Key, and I don't... Double coverage. They have that one read all the way, and Major Key, the Pro Bowler, is the one who's getting tested, and he's obviously coming away with that one. You know, that was man-to-man coverage, and if there's one guy in that secondary that you do not test one-on-one, man-to-man, it's number 23, Major Key.
All right, I was just about to pronounce the defender with the INT was Major Key, who just had a phenomenal game, especially here in the second half. And there's a handoff here to Cody Hill, and Cody bounces off a few tackles, pick up 2, and there's a final and last timeout by the Night Wings as they stop the clock with 1:53.
Now, technically, this game is not over yet, because if you make a stop here, Damon, they are not gonna be in field goal range. So, if you can get a stop here, you might have about 5 or 10 seconds to play. So this ain't over yet.
There's a handoff here to the big guy, the fullback this time. Sanchez picking up 5 yards on that play.
Now, if you get a first down now, is definitely... If I'm Denver's defense, I'm just committing 100% to the run. I'm just keying half of my defense on Sanchez and half of my defense Cody Hill, and they're gonna kneel down. So they don't want to risk a fumble.
Now Vancouver comes out in the victory formation. 1 minute, 11 seconds left on the ticker.
They will get the ball with about 20 seconds left. Now, I don't love this for Vancouver. Obviously, you don't want to, get a fumble and do another miracle in the Meadowlands. But at the same time, you have to seal this game. You have to get a first down, and just play a little bit aggressive. Go for the win instead of expecting the win.
There's the punt by Kingston as Denver does bring pressure. And Armstrong is not going to try to return this. He's going to let it bounce into the end zone as they can bring it out to the 20-yard line. 25 seconds, Ramos. They're going to be praying for a Hail Mary here.
Now, let's see if Josh Miller and this Denver offense can do what they didn't even try to do that much And when they did, they got intercepted a couple times. So, this Vancouver defense has been outstanding against deep throws, and they're going man-to-man coverage again here, testing them to throw. Let's see if they can do something inside.
Absolutely. Josh Miller on a 3-step drop, and that pass is caught by McCarro, but McCarro doesn't get out of bounds. He stays in, and 17, 16, 15 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10 for Denver at Denver's 34. They're going to spike it here, and there's a spike. 10 seconds left in the ball game. Great concentration for Denver to hurry up to the line of scrimmage to at least get the spike off.
Yeah, great concentration by the rest of the offense. Ken McCarron himself, you have to get out of bounds and stop the clock. That was a good, I will say, 6 or 7 they just wasted. That's another play. Now, you have 3 wide receivers to the left, so the ball is most definitely coming to the left. And I see just 3 defenders of the Legion.
Josh Miller is stating in the chat, don't count us out. 3-step drop by Miller. Got a man open, and that is to Jones. 6 seconds left on the clock. Only picking up 4 on that reception there before Jones was able to get out of bounds.
Now, it seems that they are just trying to get in Hail Mary range. So I'm not sure if Miller has the arm to throw this ball 62 yards in the air. They're going to go with inside, under center for one more play.
Here's Miller on the 5-step drop going deep, and he throws into double coverage. 4th and 6, 2 seconds left on the ticker.
Better for him to drop the ball, for this to be incompletion, because if you make the catch, it seems that Denver tried to do something like the Minnesota Vikings tried to do, did last postseason, against the it was the Saints against the Vikings the Vikings against the Saints where they were able to score a touchdown at the end. They're not going in Hail Mary play here.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Trips left here for Miller. Takes a 5-step drop this time, steps up in the pocket, throws a post route, and that pass is caught off a tip deflection, but it's too late. Vancouver is your winner here in Vancouver, Canada, 17-10 over the Denver Nightwings. And here's a look at the halftime stats. Passing yards here by both QBs, Miller 178 and Mark Biddix 124. Wow. But Cody Hill has the big day with 166 on the ground.
Again, it was that one game where, as I was saying, the defense that blinked first was the one that was going to lose. And with Cody Hill going 89 yards, 4th score, that put the game for Vancouver. A great win for the Legion. They desperately needed this win. And now they will climb up the rankings as well as the power rankings.
Absolutely. Great win here for Vancouver. They needed it out west, which has been a very, very strong competitive conference here in the SFL. Where the only team that's above the pack is Alaska, sitting at 5-0, and the rest of the teams just have been beating up on each other. And Vancouver needed this win.
They desperately needed it. And later today, by the way, please catch us. We have the Alaska Storm and the San Francisco Sharks battling. That's going to be a heck of a matchup. I cannot wait to see if Alaska stays undefeated or if they take the first loss of the season. Last season, let's remember, San Francisco was able to beat the defending champion Alaska Storm. So I'm expecting a heck of a battle.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to mention that San Francisco was one of the only 2 teams to give Alaska the 2 losses that they had last year. One of the 2, and that was a great defense that San Francisco had last season. But Alaska bounced back and ran off with the rest of the season, as we all know. But I'm expecting a great shootout between both those teams tonight, Ramos. And hopefully, man, we can have a great one. Check out Ramos, who will be on the call with Curtis tonight. And also, for all the SFL user players who are listening, make sure you get your player progression in at 12 midnight. Deadline to have those progressions turned in is 11:59 Central Standard Time, Tuesday. I'm Simien, the play-by-play commentator for today, and Ramos Lynn here was my analyst, and we are signing out.
Thank you.